This is a video to help with Unit 4 Summative Assessment, problem number 3. So here's problem number 3. Let's read it together. Write an equation that represents the relationship between the number of semesters and the total cost for each school that you chose. In my examples for video 1 and 2, I chose Central Michigan University, which I'm representing with CMU here. And that's the school that I'm going to use the equation for. In this sentence, it gives me the two variables I actually want to talk about and the two different parts that need to be included in the equation. So we want to know the relationship of the number of semesters and the total cost. I'm going to assign number of semesters this variable of n because when I write s for a variable, sometimes it looks like a 5. So n just takes away confusions of is that an s, is that a 5? And then for total cost, I'm going to use the variable of c. So I'm thinking cost and number of semesters have to be part of my equation. Now, if I look back at my table, which I'm going to put on the screen here, I could figure out the cost knowing how many semesters I wanted to attend. If I knew I wanted to attend for 6 semesters, I could take the cost for one and multiply it by the number of semesters that I want to attend for. So that's going to be kind of how I set what I use to help me set up my equation. So I just said that I know the cost, which we're representing by C, is going to be equal to the number of semesters multiplied the cost per one semester. And I'm going to write it as the cost per one, which I see in the table right here, is $6,075 times the number of semesters that I want to attend. And I can check my work too to see if this would make sense. So let's use the situation I just said. Well, what is the cost to attend for 6 semesters? So I'm going to substitute that number 6 in for n. When I actually do the multiplication here, I get 36,450, and that matches what is shown in my table. So I know that this equation that I wrote right here actually works when I substitute in different variables. So this is the equation that I want to use, where the variable c represents total cost and n represents the number of semesters.